Yeah, well, I just got out of jail after 6 months. I spent 6 months in jail for protecting my son. And might have to do another 6 months in jail for, they'll probably say broke the parole. Well, anyways, this is why, one of the original reasons why. Not the reason, but one of the original reasons. My son was attacked and beat up at school. He came home to us, but when he was at school, this is the report of what happened. Now, I know you weren't there. You don't know really what happened, but just listen to your heart. Listen and look at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, and you can know in your heart that they're full of it. All right. So they got a pickup ordered for Brandon. He was at school. Being at school, I think, is where he was supposed to be. But they decided to take him back to the group home. And so they didn't arrest Brandon, but they put him in handcuffs. Why would you get put in handcuffs unless you're not arrested? And what law did Brandon break? None. Brandon physically and verbally resisted taking his backpack off. As part of the report. All right. What person wouldn't physically resist? Why would he have to take his backpack off? He was at school. Why did Gaither High School allow him to be abused and harassed by these cops in the first place? He was where he's supposed to be, at school, trying to learn. Not being attacked by the state, but trying to learn. This Deputy Nolan, Master Deputy Nolan, now look at this part. This is really where you see corruption. Master Deputy Nolan and I, whoever I is, they don't state who that is, escorted Brandon to the floor. Wow. Generally, when I escort someone, I hold their hand and we walk out gently to the door. Escorted. I didn't realize that meant attack and beat up. But let's go on. After a short time. Now listen, I don't know anything about being a cop. I have no idea how they fill out police reports. But I know as a fact that after a short time is not a technical police report. During that short time, where is the police report for that? Can you say cover up? Can you say hidden? I mean, come on. Enough said. That is just after a short time. Are there any cops watching this? Do you write after a short time when events occur? Generally, you write after a short time when nothing occurred. But do you write after a short time when nothing occurred? Bull. The handcuffs were secured on Brandon after a short time. Well, why did it take it takes a few seconds. But now let's go further to see what the Sheriff Gee and the 13th District Court Prosecutor's Office, let's see what they're having Daddy in jail for 6 months for. While Brandon was resisting, he somehow received a small laceration on his hand that I cleaned for him and placed a Band-Aid on. Well, man, these people are awesome. They put a Band-Aid on his hand. Here's what really happened. Brandon had scratches all over his body. Nobody took any pictures of him. Nobody helped him. And he sent them to us. And we have those pictures still. They attacked him and they beat him up. All right? And nobody took a report. Nobody did anything to help him. Now just think about what they just said after a short time. But then they don't explain. Then they go on to explain what happened after the short time. Resisting and somehow received a small laceration on his hands that he cleaned. Also during the incident, Master Deputy Nolan had his name tag and medals torn off of his uniform shirt. Somehow. Well, ask yourself, who was this person that did it? He somehow got his, well, obviously they're implying that Brandon did it. I mean, did Master Deputy Nolan, was he drinking that day? I mean, what happened? Obviously, they're implying that Brandon tore off his medals. And God, I mean, what could he have possibly gotten a medal for? I mean, this guy who attacks children at school and Sheriff Gee gives him medals? Tells you what kind of man that sheriff is. Brandon was escorted to Master Deputy Nolan's police patrol car and secured in the back seat. What is this? Oh, wait, I wrote that. It says arrested in the back seat. I have no further information. Oh, I wrote that question mark. They have plenty of information. Brandon went to school where he was supposed to be. The school, Gaither High School, allowed him to be attacked, brutally attacked, and we have the pictures to prove it. He was beaten up, they covered up the story, and they arrested him. Why? Why? What did he do wrong? But here's another question. What did his father do wrong for protecting his son and calling 911? You know what he did wrong? He protested. And I spent 6 months in jail. And I had to plead guilty to not obstruction. But guess what? Right in front of the court, my corrupt lawyer decided to switch the plea to contributing to the delinquency of a minor. So not only am I a criminal now for calling 911 for my son, but I am forced to plead that my son is a delinquent. Do you understand what's going on here? It's insane. And if I break any kind of rule, I don't even have to break a rule. They can come arrest me at any time. I'm on parole. It's so corrupt on the parole. And I'll spend another 6 months in jail. Listen, people, I know there's a lot of information. I know you don't know exactly what's going on. There's a lot of other videos where we explain it. I'm not going to go into everything on every video. So watch the other Rod Bake videos. But this is just one. This isn't the only time they attacked him. This isn't the only time they attacked my family or my wife or me. This is going on and on and on for a year and a half. And I ask you, why? Why does it have to go on? Why does my child have to be like this? Don't you see yours is next? They still have my Alex, who's 14. They still have my little baby girl, Abby, they're trying to sell. They already illegally stole my parental rights because they arrested me, put me in jail, and didn't let me go to court. Do you understand? My lawyer laughed and said, yeah, they'll overturn that instantly. You'll get your parental rights back. But I won't get my parental rights back if nobody hears my cry. Because daddy would rather cry than you bastards out there hearing my children cry. I don't want that. Please, someone out there, wake up and help my family. If you know someone that can help us. Thank you.